Earlier on this week, I came across a CIMA article that referenced a study from PQ magazine, which conducted a study on CIMA's top performing students to identify the 6 factors that they believe are the most important passing your CIMA exams. Today, we're gonna run through that exact article. Let's go. In at number 1, we have memory techniques. I often talk on this channel about the importance of active recall and coming up with abbreviations or models that enable you to embed the content within your mind. Being able to repetitively recall the syllabus is key when it comes to your CIMA exams. By training your brain into ways of thinking, you can increase the effectiveness of the techniques that you do when it comes to memory. This could be simple things such as creating abbreviations to a word that is easy to remember. I often use rude words when it comes to abbreviations. This could be color coding your revision notes. This could be creating brainstorm diagrams. Whatever way it is, find a way that works for you and incorporate that into your study methods. Doing something such as creating an abbreviation using a rude word such as will make it so much easier for you to be able to recall that information. The CIMA exams have a huge amount of content that needs to be learned for each of the exams. So if you can create some techniques that are effective for you to actively recall the syllabus, then it's going to put you in a very good position when it comes to you studying and passing your exams. And me personally, I put that as probably the most effective factor for me that contributed towards me passing my exams. Then at number 2, we have Prescene Material. This relates to the case study exams. Familiarize yourself with the material. Thoroughly understand the company, the industry, and their competitors. Understand the financial statements, because the key with case studies is the application. And if you have a considerable amount of knowledge on the Prescene, it's going to be far easier for you to apply that to the company, to the case study, to the environment, to the competitors. You can do that, and you do have a full wealth of knowledge on the Prescene, then I can assure you, you will absolutely smash your exams. Arguably, application is the most important factor to pass your case study exams. In at number 3 with the case study exams, we have answer planning. You've probably all heard of the popular saying, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. With the CIMA case study exam, that could not ring more true. If you spend 5 minutes at the beginning of the question to write down each bullet point that you want to cover, then it gives you the freedom to go and attack the question. I'd argue the first 5 minutes of every case study question is the most important, because it enables you to get each point down on paper, which will provide the structure for your exam question. Let's say you've been asked for the advantages and disadvantages of a particular topic. By getting 3 or 4 advantages and 3 or 4 disadvantages down on paper, structuring them on the page in the order that you want to attack your question will enable you to get the structure, and then this will enable you to apply under each of the bullet points. It creates an ease of read for the marker, which will mean that they find it a lot easier to award you the mark. If you don't structure and plan your SI style question and lay it out before you attack your question, chances are you're going to end up with a complete muddle down on paper. Your answer will fail to have a structure. The application will probably be poor. And as a result, you won't get the marks, and you may even completely avoid answering the question that you're being asked. For me, every time I did a case study exam question, I wrote a plan, because it got my ideas down on paper, and then it enabled me to flourish and go and write that question. If you try and wing your answer, you may forget the important elements. Whereas if you've written a plan and you've written a concise plan, there's no danger of you forgetting any particular point that you want to make in your exam answer. And in at number 4, developing exam skills. Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. As I always say on this channel, if you want to learn to drive a car, learn to drive a car. Don't read how to learn to drive a car. Same with CIMA exams. The more exam practice you get, the better. And the more chance that you have to pass that exam. Do as many mock exams as you can. Get as much feedback on the way you answer case study questions as possible. Sign up to a course where you will have a marker that will give you the feedback for your exam questions. And I can assure you it will be very, very, very helpful when it comes to you sitting your real deal. In at number 5, application. I've already touched on this. If you don't apply your question to the case study, the industry, or the exam, then you're not going to get the marks. The exam criteria states explicitly that you need to be applying your answers to the case study. It rings back to the so what. If you don't apply it, then your question has no context and it doesn't mean anything. Application shows that you understand the topic being discussed and it understands how you would deal with that to the industry or to the company in the real world practical environment. There's no two words about it here. Just learn to apply your answer and I can assure you, you will do very, very well in your CIMA case study exams. Number 6, Wellbeing. It's funny they mention that here. The case study is a tough exam. It rolls up the 3 previous objective tests into one exam. The top students recommend that you look after your well-being, and that is through eating healthily, getting outside, fresh air, taking breaks, maybe even doing a run, avoiding nights out, avoiding increased caffeine intake. The more you look after your well-being, the more effective you're going to be with your exam. And this is something that I always bang on about on this channel. Genuinely believe that it's one of the number 1 factors that will enable you to perform at your best. So don't mistreat your well-being, look after yourself, and you'll give yourself the best opportunity of going in and smashing your exams. Hey, would you be interested on my opinion on how's best to pass your CIMA objective test exams? Well, you can check that up right there. Goodbye.